Hello, Mr. Marc King. How are you?
I'm so wonderful. How are you?
I am fabulous. And everybody here is very excited to hear from you. The topic of our program today, the state of the market, our topic is growth. And you, as the director of growth for the largest real estate company on the planet, you must know a little something about growth.
I signed up for this role right before the pandemic, and we all freaked out a little bit, to be honest with you. And we had an amazing year. We made it through. People are safe and healthy, and I know we had a lot of challenges, but it's been one for the record books.
Sure has. Well, and here we are, kicking off a new year. Let me just say, of course, we're doing this virtually because of COVID, but you are officially invited to our little neck of the woods here as soon as life goes back to normal. I'm sure you'd love to come for a little taste in New Jersey at some point.
I have taught in New Jersey. I love New Jersey, and New Yorkers love it when I make fun of New York when I'm in New Jersey. So it's super fun. I also love New York.
Awesome. Well, I love it here too. So here's the thing. Sometimes I feel mad at you. Do you know why?
I hope not. Why?
I do. Because over the last year or so, I've paid a lot more attention to you and all the talk that you do on wealth building. And sometimes wealth building isn't as much fun as spending money. Can you relate to that?
100%. And I like cars. This is my sister always says I cross boundaries, and this is what she means, right? I make people think about actually building wealth and what they're going to do for retirement and all those things. That's not fun. Let's go buy another Porsche.
Right. But in case people want to grow their wealth, we know that with realtors, that can be challenging, right? Your taxes don't come out, your retirement doesn't come out, and people end up in a jam quite often. So this is a passion of yours. What do we need to know as realtors about protecting and growing our wealth?
Yeah, you're right on. And I will tell you, all kidding aside, I grew up very poor. And so this is something that's near and dear to my heart. It's something I felt like I could deliver massive value to a lot of people without asking anything in return. And I follow the Zig Ziglar line: you help enough other people get what they want, you get what you want. And it's absolutely true. So I started out when I joined Keller Williams, it was such a different environment from the company that I came from. Right. And this is 20 years ago. We didn't talk about money and wealth. And, we might've talked about how to sell another house, but that was the extent of it. And so I came to this Keller Williams company, and I heard these amazing people talk about things that were so much more important to life. And those were things like, hey, it doesn't matter how much money, money flows into your life, it flows out of your life, but how you handle that money is going to determine whether or not you're going to be wealthy. And I heard something that just lit me on fire growing up the way that I did. And I forget the speaker at the time, but what he said was, we all make enough money to be wealthy, but 3% of us are. And I thought that can't be true. And then I went and studied the average household income. I studied what if you put 15% of that away for the course of your life, and lo and behold, it's millions of dollars in retirement. So we don't have a challenge of earning money in this country, and we're very blessed. We do have a challenge in how we handle money, what we spend money on, and all those things. Here's the other piece, Shannon. We are marketed to more than 10,000 times per day, and COVID has only exacerbated that. And so 10,000 times a day, you have professionals who went to school for this stuff to learn how to put their hands in your pocket, take your money out. And we're supposed to be really disciplined and smart and keep people from doing that and suddenly build wealth. It just doesn't happen. And add to that the fact that we're commission only, we have irregular income, we're in real estate, nobody talks about this, we didn't learn it in school. And I took it on, 18 years ago, I started teaching this course in my local office. And of course, it's ballooned into thousands of people in a Facebook community. I also teach wealth building for Keller Williams now with Jay Papazan, who you heard from, who's an amazing partner. So this is such an important topic. And it's one that most companies, I don't know any companies that really focus on it. I hadn't heard the term passive income before I joined Keller Williams. I didn't own a rental property. There were all kinds of things that this company taught me. And now my job, my duty, my calling, my just cause is to take that to people and help pass that forward. So that's why I'm so passionate about it.
Well, you know what? I love that story. And I'm a fellow, grew up in the Midwesterner without much green. So I share those stories, and it's near and dear to my heart to help people get their bigger life. If only 3% of the people grow wealth, what do we need to know? What's the difference between the people who are managing to do that and the people who aren't?
Well, there's no get rich quick schemes. There's guaranteed get rich slow schemes. Those are things like take a percentage of your commission check. By the way, first of all, you got to pay your taxes. You got to keep your expenses in control. Here's another point, Shannon. I never looked at my numbers. I didn't know how to read a P&L, for example, before I joined Keller Williams. We didn't have the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book yet that lined it all out for us, but we had the white papers behind it. And Gary Keller was so smart to do this because I was a sales guy. I love listing houses. And I can tell you that I had a very successful years. And I looked up at the end of the year and I had no money. And I had the nice car, but I had no money. And after a few years, I thought I wake up every January and, I'm broke again and I'm starting over again. And I have nothing to show for my last year other than a car that's going down in value. So I learned how to read a balance sheet. I learned to pay my taxes, which is a big challenge for independent contractors. I learned how to save for the future. And so whether it's a set it and forget it certified financial planner mode where you just put 15% of your commission check, into a Schwab account and it's qualified retirement, and you put some into Roth or a backdoor Roth, and you take advantage of all those things that we as realtors don't study, then that's a guaranteed path to build wealth if you start soon enough, right? The challenge is most of us, and I think the stat I saw the other day is the average realtor now is 53 years of age. At 53 years of age, it's a lot more difficult because of the miracle that is compound interest to really build enough retirement in time to be able to retire on your nest egg. And so the other big element of what made this company amazing is this crazy thing that they have called profit share. And I have to tell you, when I joined Keller Williams in 2000, I didn't buy into the profit share piece. It was, it was rah, it was all those things. I just wanted to sell more houses and I wanted to be cheaper than the place I was. And I hate to admit that, because this company changed my life. It changed who I was. It's interesting. I like to say, and I don't know where I got this, I'm not taking credit for it, but I stole it basically, standing on the shoulders of giants. But Keller Williams is not about what you get. I think that's the mistake a lot of us make, is we're so excited and passionate about this company because of what it's done for us. And we're like, hey, you got to come over to Keller. We have this amazing technology and we got this awesome profit share and we got this cool stuff and we're consulting and, all the different things. Keller Williams is about who you become. And I remember sitting in a course with Dave Jinks, the co-author of The Millionaire Real Estate Agent and several other books, 20 years ago. And he taught us a script, and it was script practice about Keller Williams. And at the time I was like, yeah, this is a little bit different than the company I came from. But the script was, Keller Williams is the newest, most innovative, fastest growing national real estate company in North America. And I'm at Keller Williams because at Keller Williams, I'm empowered to do whatever it takes to best serve you. Talking about the clients. The crazy thing about this is 20 years later, right? 20 years later, I can honestly say Keller Williams is the newest, most innovative, fastest growing national real estate company in North America. And I'm at Keller Williams because I'm empowered to do whatever it takes to best serve you. And that best serve you has manifested into teaching wealth building. It's manifested into coaching and owning offices and working in regions and working at Keller Williams International and all kinds of areas that I was allowed to grow and make mistakes and learn and do all those things. And that all started with the fundamental idea: I have to pay attention to my numbers. I have to read a balance sheet, a P&L, and lo and behold, that's how the 3% become wealthy. They just pay attention.
Through listening to you and lots of others in this company, I've really found some peace with really talking more about net worth than just income and money. I think I remember one of your wealth building Wednesdays recently where you were talking to Rebecca, your partner in crime, about the importance of that. Can you talk a little more about that?
Yeah, I think net worth is one of those things we don't talk about. And it's like religion, it's like politics. It's, this year we've got some great examples of what not to talk about to keep pleasant company around you, right? And so we don't talk about money. We don't talk about net worth. We don't put a focus on it because it's taken sometimes the wrong way. Here's the challenge. It's one of the most important things we need to focus on. And, this whole wealth building journey started 17 years ago because I had a coach in real estate. I was getting burnt out, honestly, on real estate sales. And yeah, I'd go listen to their house and we'd sell it and we'd make a little money and all that was great. And I didn't know there were such things as expansion and all the opportunities we have today. And my coach told me, you need something to focus on that's bigger than real estate, that's bigger than yourself, that's right. And you need to find some way to give back. And so I said, well, I'll help 10 people go passive. Now that I know what that means, and I got there very quickly with real estate investments and others and profit share. And I said, I'll help 10 people go passive. And of course, my coach, if you know my coach at the time, he's someone who challenges you like no one else. And he said, oh my gosh, I think you can do 100. So that's what launched this whole wealth building journey. Is I had to take on the challenge to help 100 people, 100 families get passive. And that means you have to think different systems, different models. You have to think bigger. I had to have a different platform. Like I could personally coach 10 people there. It would take some time. Rebecca, who you mentioned, was number 144 along this journey. So there's 144 people that we've worked with, sold them nothing, did it because it was the right thing to do. And it's a passion of ours. And now we have this strong community around it. And 144 people now have more passive income than their monthly expenses. And that's a journey worth taking. That's a focus worth having. And oh, by the way, when you're doing that, it's interesting. People will ask me, and I asked this of several people when I talk to them, when they built their passive income to that level, why do you still work? What's amazing and what's awesome is I do what I do today because I love it. I can't get enough of it. I want to influence. I want to lead. I want to help. I want to do all those things, not because of the money. And it's interesting. When you stop working for the money, you tend to enjoy what you do at a much different level. When you're only working for the money, you tend not to enjoy it as much. So that's a long answer to your short question. I apologize for rambling.
No, it's a great answer. Marc, if people want to start to bring these topics of wealth building into their life more, what do you recommend?
You have to be around people who talk about it. You have to be around people who know about it. I know you just saw Jay, by the way, Jay and his wife, Wendy, have a wealth building group privately among the people that work with them. And so they're doing the same thing. They're just doing it internally in their businesses, and they're helping all their people, regardless of the role they're in, to build wealth and to understand. And by the way, this is way more than just profit share. This is growth stock mutual funds. This is investing in real estate. All the people that I mentioned before have real estate investments now. And so that was a big cornerstone to building wealth. And we know that it's a big cornerstone to all wealth building. So I think where you start is you get in a community that talks about this. You're welcome to join my closed Facebook group, but I'm here to tell you, it is so much more powerful to be in a group. And I know, the pandemic's caused a little challenge around this, but be in a group where you can hold each other accountable, actually share your net worth with each other. Your net worth should be going up every single month, and have an accountability group and make it fun and give yourself some challenges and some benchmarks and all that stuff. I would say, Shannon, what I know about you now is that, and the reason you're mad at me is you're paying attention to this more than you ever have before. The cool thing also is you're such a strong leader that you're going to attract a lot of people into this conversation. Here's the best part for you. We'll just put everybody else in the silence cone. And the best part for you is by being a leader in that environment, you will be held accountable to grow your own wealth. You'll get the benefit of that. The truth of the matter is, I grew up so poor in poverty that I teach wealth building because it keeps me in line. It keeps me in check. It keeps me focused on the things that I know are going to take care of my family and all those around me. And so I think, and that's kind of a lesson to I share that all over the country. If you want to build your wealth, go start your own group. And if you do that, it's going to force you to study, to read, to get on YouTube, be careful of the internet and all those things. But start out, our market center is a perfect vehicle for this. It was physical, now it's virtual. But there's already a community of hundreds of people there. And you'll find, at least in my offices, I know yours too, you'll find people love to talk about this, and they'll open up more, and you'll hear best practices, and it'll be exciting, and you'll hit benchmarks, and you'll have a big thermometer on the wall, and you'll check off when you pay off that last debt, and you'll do all those fun things. And then you can't stop the energy.
What you're talking about is a lot, very similar to what Jay was saying, and he really focuses a lot on getting people to do this with their partners and their spouses, et cetera. So we're gonna make a commitment here to pull more of that into our market center. You have given us some great stuff to think about. Can we just have a little fun before you go?
Sure. Do I have to go already? Man, that was fat. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
That's right. We both like to yap. I'm going to give you some rapid fire questions just for fun.
Okay. All right.
What's for breakfast in Marc King's world?
I don't eat breakfast. I've been intermittent fasting and on the keto diet. And so I go, and now I'm fat adapted. I go 20 hours without eating and then 4 hours on. Don't get me started on it. It's been a huge benefit to my health. And I'm super excited about that.
So you're our second guest today who's intermittent fasting. So we'll all be paying attention to that. Work-life balance. What do you do for fun?
If you asked me that pre-pandemic, it would have been a different answer. On March 13th, we brought our 16-year-old down for his birthday party to our lake house, and we went in lockdown, and I never left. I went back to my home in St. Louis. We're about 2 hours away, Lake of the Ozarks. If you've seen the show on Netflix, that's my show. That's where I'm headed after this, is to go meet with anyway. So, but I had never left. I went back to St. Louis one time to list my home and sold it in a couple of days. I knew a good realtor. And so for fun, the boat has been amazing this year because it's really all we could do that was socially distanced. Right out on the lake, you're 6 feet apart no matter what. So that was really our downtime, is all about hanging out on the lake. In the wintertime, I built a golf simulator in my basement. So we're coming up with all kinds of creative ways to hang out and have fun. My wife loves, we're big family people, and my wife loves golf and she loves boats. So we hang out all the time.
Sounds like a good gig.
Yeah.
What do you miss most pre-pandemic?
People, hugs, being in person. I was on over 2,000 Zooms last year, and it's just draining. You have to be on all the time. You can't scratch your nose. You can't, you got something on your face and everybody can see it, right? And in my world, that's 13 hours a day on this screen. And my eyes, I didn't wear glasses all the time before the pandemic. There's a lot of challenges. So what I miss most is being around people, being physical, hugging people. It's been a challenge. Family, all that good stuff.
All right, last question. What are you binging on? Reading, podcasts?
Oh my gosh. So there's a ton of stuff. Right now, there's so many financial books because of some projects that I'm working on and because of wealth building. But The Psychology of Money with Morgan Housel is amazing. I love anything Simon Sinek has written. I love everything that Dave Ramsey has written. I love Robert Kiyosaki. Think and Grow Rich. I read once a quarter by Napoleon Hill, Richest Man in Babylon. Like, I can go on and on with the wealth building books. I just watched News of the World with Tom Hanks with my family last night. We paid the $20 to rent it. And it was a fantastic movie. So we'll do a movie every now and then. I tend to not watch the news. And I'm not unhappy about that. And so anything else, leadership, anything else pertinent to this, definitely everything wealth building. Here's one stat that I'll share with you that I'm always reminded of. Wealthy people spend on average of 8 hours a month looking at their finances and planning their wealth. 8 hours a month. It's 2 hours a week. For my group, I provide an hour of that with wealth building, right? So all they have to do is fill in the other hour, look at their personal balance sheets, that sort of thing. People who aren't wealthy spend 0 hours a month looking at their wealth building strategy. So if all I could do is have you model what wealthy people do, you have a much greater chance of becoming wealthy. First step is awareness. It's mindset. Everything begins and ends with mindset. So whether it's YouTube or books or podcasts or whatever you can get your hands on wealth building, and here would be the rule that I would give you if you allowed me to. It would be open to everything and be quiet and question everything. Be open to every idea, because there's a lot of great ideas out there and you're to find a ton of them. But also question all of them. When you see the YouTube person with the brand new Lamborghini behind them and they're 12, just question some of their tactics. If they're going to tell you how to get rich in the next 4 months, I don't know that plan, right? So just be open to everything, question everything. Have a board of directors. Who you surround yourself with matters. There are people out there who are further down the road than you are. And here's what I know about wealthy people. Almost to a person that I've met along this journey who's been wealthy has been absolutely open to sharing with me, coaching me, helping me, giving me their opinion. Again, I'm going to be open to everything, question everything. But you can have a board of directors that you've never met. Dave Ramsey's on my board of directors. Robert Kiyosaki's on my board of directors, right? Now Morgan Housel's on my board of directors. Gary Keller's on my board of directors. Like, I have people that I listen to, talk to, whatever the case is, that are in my ear all the time. And great example. I'm about to buy a new car. And I think I told you about this. You encouraged me to do it, by the way. Thank you for that. And So I'm going to buy this new car. I promise you, I'm not going to have a car payment on it. And it's an expensive car, right? It's one of those life dream bucket list cars.
Come on, do we get to ask?
No,
Okay.
because I don't want to jinx it.
You're ashamed.
I have to order it. But it might elicit, well, I can't say that. Anyway, so it's Porsche. So anyway, and it's paid for through profit share and investments and all those things. And it's something I set out to do 15 years ago. I mean, it's one of those big moments, big benchmarks, all those things. So I promise you there won't be a car payment on that, because I got Dave Ramsey in my ear telling me not to have any debt, right? So that's a board of director decision that I make based on the influences I allow into my brain.
Marc, I can't thank you enough for being willing to share. I love so many things about this company, and you are, you symbolize all the things that are good. And so thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we look forward to a day that we can see you again in person.
Well, you're very kind, and I can't wait to come see you all. I can't wait to be in person and hang out and high five and celebrate, getting through this. So thank you for having me. And I would love to come back if I can ever come back. I usually either get invited back or never get invited back.
I think you'll be invited back.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Marc. Take care.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Okay. How was that? Is that all right?
I think that was good. Don't you? Think we're all right?
I rambled, so you got to tell me if it fit what you wanted.
I think it's awesome. If you want, just for about 5 seconds, say, messy hair. So excited to join you guys in your State of the Market event, where I'm going to be talking about my favorite subject, which is wealth building for realtors, or something like that. And then you can just say, the link is below. Sign up. I'll see you there. Something like that.
Okay, cool. All right.
It's on the 29th, if I didn't say that. Maybe you want to say that.
On the 29th. Okay. So I'm so excited. So let me take a run at this.
Okay.
State of the market or state of the company?
State of the market.
State of the market.
Yes, Howard Bunn is going to talk to us about the state of the market.
And you're going to be on this with me? Or should I change my view?
You can change the view.
Okay. Well, now it's just on you.
Less effective if you're talking.
All right, I'll pin my.
It doesn't even matter if we're both on there. The one we did with Jay had us both on, so.
I can't move the video while.
You can just say, "Hey, Shannon, I'm so excited," and then it'll make sense that I'm here.
Okay, let me, oops. Please hold. Remove pin. Now, pin. Okay, there I am. Okay, you ready? And we're still recording, so we can edit all this fun stuff.
You can edit all they want.
All right. And who am I addressing? Just
address me.
Okay.
And then it'll make sense. You know what I mean?
Hey, Shannon, Marc King here. I'm so excited to spend the 29th with you. We're going to do the State of the Market address, and we're going to talk about my favorite, most passionate subject, that is wealth building for realtors. It's a topic that we don't focus on a lot, and I hope to bring amazing value to you. Can't wait to see you.
That's awesome. And you know what all people need to do is sign up in the link below. We'll see you there.
All right, I'll take another take in case
they don't like it. Okay.
No, I'll mention the sign up in the link below. That was perfect. Or
okay.
do you want to do that again?
It possibly makes more sense that I'm here if I do it. So. All
right, I'll kick it to you.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello, Shannon. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to spend the 29th with all of you. We're going to talk about my favorite topic when we go into the State of the Market, which is wealth building. It's retirement for realtors. It's something we don't focus on enough, and we're hoping to share some amazing value with you. Shannon, how can we find the link to sign up?
You know where it is, Marc? It's right below. Sign up, everybody. We'll see you on the 29th.
Can't wait.
Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
You get to go home now.
I am home. You get to go home now.
That's right. I get to go home now. All right. Thank you so much. You're a rock star.
Need anything, let me know. I'm going to stop recording.
Oh yeah. Now wait, does it, if